Big picture before we get into particulars here. Wilkes-Barre lost. You guys have finally notched that first place. What are your thoughts on getting that?
Well, I think it's something we've talked about here since we closed that gap. You know, it was at 5 points there at one point, and you know, every team goes through their ups and downs, and you know, Wilkes is a little bit of a tailspin, and we just got to keep adding points to the total. And you know, I thought this weekend was a big weekend for us, just because with the 2 games, and you know, we don't want to look too far ahead, but it's nice to get the one tonight, and hopefully we'll go back at it again tomorrow and get the second one.
Another big game for Galiev, obviously the game winner, but also that power move he had on his even strength that was probably even more impressive. Let's talk about his continued development, and it seems like that goal is like maybe physically a goal he wouldn't have been able to pull off the last 2 years.
Absolutely. I mean, he's you know, I just really like his play through the neutral zone when he has the puck. He's moving in stride and playing with confidence, and you know, he has the best shot in our team, and I think he's probably our most skilled guy, you know, and he's kind of putting it all together, and you know, he's even throwing hits and being physical and winning battles along the boards, and you know, playing with where he's getting a little bit inside, where you know, maybe 2 years ago he was playing a lot on the perimeter, you know, and he's made, you know, the most of a real good opportunity here, and so it's nice to see.
Overall, you're scoring more goals. Anything in particular that's going?
Well, I think, you know, we talked to the guys after the second period. You know, there's some nights you just got to find certain ways to win a hockey game, and you know, when you go into the third period 4-4, you know, most nights when we score 4, we're 100% winning the hockey game. But tonight was one of those nights. I thought we were really good 5-on-5, and the PK has been, you know, huge for us all season. And it was one of those nights where the PK wasn't sharp, and we had some breakdowns, and consequently we had a real tough night there. But the power play picked it up, so we still ended up even, three apiece. But overall, our 5-on-5 play was good, and it was nice to get the number of opportunities we did.
What was your view of that Mitchell hit, and also, I mean, you guys got the major out of it and didn't convert in a situation. How frustrating was that situation?
Yeah, no doubt. I missed the hit. You know, the referee thought it was a blatant hit to the head, and we'll have to see the video and make sure we do the right thing and send it in if it is. And I was surprised Mitchie was able to even get up from the hit. You know, Helm says it was pretty bad, but. You know, you're thinking a 5-minute major like that, you're going to get to seal the deal with the win there with the goal. And we had some good looks. You know, Galiev on a set play there from Connor just missed, and Wellman's unit had a couple looks too. And but as a coach, you know, when a team kills that 5-minute, that's when you think the momentum's going to switch, and it did. You know, they had a huge push there for about 2 minutes right after, and we were able to weather the storm, get the TV timeout, and I thought we reset the button there and finished the game strong. Yeah, he's good. He was cut, and you know, I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be available for tomorrow's game. But you know, just the last report I got that he was going to be okay.
What was your take on Ruby's first game back?
I think we'd all admit that he was a little bit rusty, and basically the score dictated for me to leave him in there. You know, he's been great all year, and he's made some huge saves when there was breakdowns, and I just thought we needed to battle for him tonight and get him the win. And you know, even though he worked real hard with Scotty coming back, sometimes, you know, he got to get in the game action, and it was, you know, 2.5 weeks there, so a little bit rusty, but you know, we'll get him back in the net next week.
Completed this climb tonight, but now Phantoms come in tomorrow, and it's first place showdown basically.
Absolutely, another huge game, and you know, I talked to the guys prior to the game. You know, we're reaching the halfway point tonight, and you know, every game from now till April 10th or whenever it may be is going to be huge for us, and there's no easy games, and we just got to kind of keep focusing on the week to week that we've been doing all year. And I think this week's only a 2-game set, but we want to come out of it 4 points because, again, next week we only play 2 games. So schedule is right in our favor right now with, you know, in terms of being fresh and having good legs. And we just got to make sure we're playing hard for 60 minutes and keep piling those points up.
Coach, a good ending the first half of the season?
Well, I think so. There's a lot of positives in terms of our game. Prior to tonight, certainly some of the numbers that we've put up defensively are going to take a little bit of a hit tonight, but shots against and PK and goals against were all top 5 in the league, and I believe that our power play PK going into tonight was, if you combine both, first in the league. So a lot of huge positives, and hopefully that's a sign to come here that we're offensively making a little bit of a push. Wellman's hot again, which is nice to see, and TK's line has been leading us offensively all year. So overall, I mean, at the halfway point to be in first place in the division, you got to take it and just move on till tomorrow.
Moore took warm-ups. Is he going to be good to go tomorrow? And is you seen enough that you're going to not bring in a D from the coast?
Yeah, he's close enough that we're just going to go with him as the 7th right now. I would still consider him day-to-day, and probably we'll just do warm-up again tomorrow. The reason behind getting him back in warm-up, I just think as a leader of the team and a great guy in the room, it was important to get him back in the mix, get him back in the flow of a game day routine and have his voice in the room prior to the warm-up and during warm-up. So that was kind of the philosophy behind getting him back in the mix today, and we're hoping to get him in Wednesday in Lehigh. And maybe not Wednesday, maybe it's Saturday in Bingo, but looking more towards next week and just having him be the warm-up, that 21st player here today and tomorrow, just to get his voice and his presence back in the room.
You're kind of down the food chain on this one, but Anderson got sent to Tulsa. Is that a playing time thing?
Well, just South Carolina has the Boston Bruins contract, and they also have Jeff Chikaitis, who's been a pretty good goaltender for a long time in the ECHL, and Andy, they were running with 3 goalies down there, and there was a couple teams in the ECHL looking for goalies. They had some struggles, and the organization just thought that to get Andy playing more regular than just every once in a while with a 3-man rotation, it would be best to get him reassigned. So Tulsa was looking; they're in a good shape for the playoffs. And so he's going to go down there and get playing.